Hello everybody, I am yet again Venos776. It is anime season and it's what we've all been waiting for, Gullveig. Oh, I'm sorry, did you think we were going to be doing AoE Citrine? No, Gullveig is the latest experiment we're trying out. She's got the AoE this time. Also, she applies veins and has extra action economy. I think she's maybe the best anti-Brave Corin unit in the game at the moment, potentially, maybe. Speaking of which, we're also trying out Brave Corin as a near saver, because fast saver spot is already taken by the wonderful Flora, so near saver she is, and she kind of supports our whole team, as well as being a strong near saver. Like, she's giving, anyway, we're up against Haith, +7, Plumeria, +10, Legendary Veronica, +10, very strong, Ayra, safe, +9, and Fallen Chrom, +4. That is the new Tea Time Ayra, who has some frankly insane Kanto shenanigans. Now, Legendary Veronica is a pretty solid counter to what we've got going on here. We don't really have a good defense against the sweeps. So if you show up with the sweeps and the big blammo enclosure, that actually came pretty close to not killing Flora, but does in fact manage to finish off Flora. They Kanto out, they do find a real bolt trap, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be a super large problem for them, at least not this time around. Now, Safety Fence kicks in, and interesting fact, if Safety Fence stops Corin's action, then she doesn't actually apply the veins. So potentially she could have survived this one with the veins up, maybe, looking at how much damage is being done here. But since the veins are not in action, she gets slapped, and well, Chrom's going to do his thing as well, of course. Gets danced, and okay, going in for one more attack. One more, he triggers Gale Force. Okay, backing out. Very solid hit and run strategy so far. However, we still have a dancer. And so sitting at the very edge of our threat range is not quite the right spot to be in, and Gullveig kills one unit, and this is what I love about Gullveig, that extra action economy is so vital in Aether raids. Killing one unit is pretty strong. Killing 2 units, on the other hand, well, that is enough to force out the surrender, especially since all those Divine Vein flames we've got lying around, all of them are making it really tough for this team of far-ranged units to actually follow up engage if they even did want to, which they don't. Battle number 2. Our opponents this time around, we're looking at Summer Shares, Legendary Veronica, +2, Duo Duma, interesting, Plumeria, +5, Elamine, and Regin, +3. So they're going up the left side, potentially. It is true, we do still have that left side weakness. If a melee unit wants to go into Mirabilis, they can. We can't stop them. That being said, someone here has forgotten what Guidance 4 does to people. Here's Guidance 4. Opening up an extra slot on the left side for that Summer Shares to get kind of blasted as Citrine one-shotting Duo Duma with the Glacies despite the whole weapon triangle thing going on. Flora then finishes off Legendary Veronica, call that revenge for last match. We dance Freya and we pull up front with great save coverage. Now, Bolt Tower does kind of cause a problem there. So Corin does get surfed on, but we do still have all the Dragon Veins up, so we'll see what they're actually capable of. Well, yeah, that doesn't do it. And they end turn right there. Gullveig now, first off, gonna blast shares.
I was careless.
Action economy, gonna take out Regan.
Not good enough.
Now the hope was if she ran into a tank without guard, then she'd be able to charge up that AoE special. So far hasn't happened yet. It is charged now, but we're all out of actions. And Freya moves in to take the final kill. Even without the AoE special, though, with 2 actions for Dragon Vein Flame and for 7 damage from Flared Sparrow, she is still doing bolt tower amounts of damage to any tank that wants to just sit there and take it. So, well, in any case, we got the victory. Very, very pleased with that outcome. Third match. Who do we have here? We have Regan +1, of Byleth, Brave Byleth +1, Plumeria +1, Legendary Veronica, Brave Dimitri +10, and Fallen Byleth +1. 2 Byleths, Dimitri. Maybe a bit of free houses going on here? Now, let's see their approach. Sending Byleth in. Can Byleth handle Flora? 0 × 2 doesn't look too promising, but the special, does the special change it? The special does not change it. That is, okay, a non-zero amount of damage, but also nowhere near the amount of hit points that Flora has. So this is in fact a hit and run kind of business. That being said, well, things are going in a bit of a strange order here, but we do get to send Flora out, finally.
I knew it.
Send Flora out and just slap that Plumeria for large damage. Again, we get our double saves set up. Now, I was about to say, they're using our Bolt Trap against us. However, looks like it didn't actually turn out that way. So, yeah, okay. That kind of ending is just fine by me. Next up, here we have 4 + 10. Fallen Maria, Brave Dimitri +10, Plumeria +10, Legendary Veronica +10, and Regan +10. Aside from the Fallen Maria, a full +10 Max Merge's team here. This is a high-scoring player, but they are just setting Dimitri up out front with that Maria support. Let's see how well he fares against Gullveig, the Golden Seer. Okay, well, he's not dead yet.
I will protect my people.
Vital Astra does some pretty chunky damage. Now he's dead.
My punishment.
Took the whole quad, but, well, now he's been quadded. There goes the AoE. Admittedly not against the target who we really needed to AoE. But
It wasn't a dream.
it triggered nonetheless. It actually happened. It's not just there for show. Now Katria actually able to walk all the way down here. Finish off Plumeria as well. Convert into a 3rd kill. And again, I just absolutely love with this new setup how our saves can cover each other like that. We set up a pretty invulnerable front. And yet again, that is a whale dealt with pretty handily. Now, next opponent. We have here Fallen Edelgard +4, Elamine +2 with the Grand Scratcher, Joe Peony, Harmonic Karla, Plumeria +3, and Winter Bernadetta +1. Now, this is what I mean when I say that good team composition and good skill is gonna beat Wailing every time in Aether raids. Why? Because look at this Harmonic Karla AoE. Safety fence means that the Dragon Veins are not up. So Corin does not get the AoE damage reduction from that, and Karla can just slap her. They also used the Winter Bernadetta to set up Wings of Mercy on everyone, although they could have just used the Bolt Trap, but obviously there isn't going to be a handy Bolt Trap on every map. And now they're letting Fallen Edelgard do Fallen Edelgard's silly Gale Force things. Also,
Behold,
they have the Duo Dancer. They're using Karla's effect as well. I don't think they really need to, but they're doing it anyway. But they also have the Duo Dancer, so that's even more action economy. Karla takes out the Freya with another AoE. Elamine has just enough damage to take out Mirabilis. Quite a close one there. And there is, on Gullveig, boxing in. And, well, yeah, frankly, if you're running up against turn 1, or, well, turn 2 in this case, AoE, into very strong Gale Force follow-up, there really isn't very much you can do about that. This kind of team, it will win, and it does win here, so long as you know how to pilot it correctly. So, frankly, that was very well played. Good job. Next, opponents. Here we're looking at Gullveig. Okay, Duo Aska, Plumeria, Tea Time Lysithia, Elamine +1, and hey. Taking out the building on that left side. Presumably they want to go in on Flora. They do not have a safety fence, so Dragon Vein's going to get set up. We are now quite tanky. However, they do, on the other hand, have the answer for Dragon Veins right there in the form of Gullveig, so let's see how this actually ends up. Waiting till turn 3. There we go, yep, the Haith giving Gullveig a massive damage buff. Pretty tanky as well with damage reduction. Does not finish off Flora on the first go, but say hello to action economy. And this time, 14 damage pre-combat. It adds up. And Flora is down. Kanto as well from Haith means they can get out. That is the real Bolt Trap, but still able to pull pretty far out of range. We'll see if pretty far is far enough. It is not. Indeed, it is not. But the question now is, can Freya actually secure this kill? And no. No, he can't. So, they are going to get a second turn to potentially do some real damage here.
Fade away.
This should take care of Katria, no problem. Yep. Setting up the flame terrain there, making it difficult for our ranged units to get out as well.
Will of the gods.
Haith, as usual, has some pretty absurd damage output. Haith, honestly, one of the strongest offense mythics in a while, honestly, can buff up most things to cut through tanks pretty simply. there's the duo Asuka harmonic skill now enabled, well, duo skill now enabled by Capture being out of the question, hindrance turned off. Gullveig goes in again. She doesn't get any extra action economy this time, but that's now 2 lines of flame set up there. Let's see how this goes. Well, maybe it doesn't go so well for them, because despite 2 lines of Divine Vein Flame, Gullveig managed to find a way out anyway. Goes into Plumeria. Action economy goes into the other Gullveig. 14 pre-combat damage. Gullveig's damage reduction not gonna save her from that. And lastly, Chrom goes up front to slap Asuka some. To no real effect. But, you know, it's the thought that counts. Does also, of course, replace all the Divine Veins there. Whether that's good or not, we'll find out. Now, hey, again, getting up to some absolute nonsense. Ooh, that's nonsense, alright. Wheel Trap does save Mirabilis. Can they do anything to Chrom? Well, Elmine can't. Duo Asuka, on the other hand,
I care not.
Bonfire, pretty heavily reduced. Chrom survives. And does 6 damage back. Thanks. Now what? Chrom gonna attack into Lysithea, 56 damage. Pretty solid. And Mirabilis going to hopefully secure the kill. Beautiful. 3 units down, 2 turns left, no pots gathered, but they do keep on fighting. I wonder how many ladders they've got left if they're continuing to play even under these circumstances. Doesn't seem like a recipe for getting into the vault to me. Elmine up front, hitting Chrom again for no specific reason, and actually just heals her up. And, well, she gets fully healed up anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But, final turn, Haith buffing up duo Asuka, and
we must battle.
Well, this looks like it's gonna potentially do it. Pretty big damage coming back here, by which I mean 19. And lastly, the second Glimmer finishes Chrom off. So, technically they did win that one. However, 3 units lost. No pots gathered. We really shut them down pretty hard there. And by shut down, I mean they engaged into us pretty well and then just got kind of surprised by Gullveig, but it's all the same thing, right? Next team is Regan, +9, Plumeria, +8, Lucia, +6 with the Gambit, Elamine, +7, Legendary Robin, +1, and Celine, +1. So a pretty hefty chunk of buffs on that Lucia there. Gambit is honestly a very good skill for her on top of this. Why? Because it means she no longer loses to fast units. Her previous strategy relied on speed-based damage reduction, but Gambit doesn't care about speed. Gambit is damage reduction no matter what, so well, she can't get hit by specials, and she has a whole bunch of guaranteed damage reduction. Who's gonna stop her? Well, question number 1, is it Freya? 74 is a good number. Fey Mathematics, on the other hand, says it's not 74, it's 26. He does, however, have enough tankiness to survive. This means Gullveig can come in. Flared Sparrow, 75 times 2, and it is, in fact, enough. It is enough. Action economy kicks in. Third Sparrow again. Hops over and slaps Regan for big number as well. And, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't expect our first showdown against Gambit Lucia to go quite so well, but Gullveig is, oh so golden. We have another opponent here. Who's this? It's Elmine. It's Summer Fjorm. It's Hafe +2. It's Plumeria. Altina +1. And Fallen Maria +1. Well, we dealt with Lucia. How are we gonna deal with the next best God Sword? Probably the better God Sword. Maybe. Possibly. Well, in any case, how does she fare against Gullveig? Frostbite Mirror kicks in for 1 attack. She does survive so far. However, she is getting somewhat quadded here. No, she's still alive. She's still completely alive for now. You see? Action economy. Gullveig gets to go in a second time for even more damage. 14 to begin with, and takes 2 attacks, but Fjorm finally dealt with. This gives the team an opportunity to shuffle up as well, picking Flora, able to reach Maria, no problemo. Citrine comes to the front, our saves form pretty healthy formation, and we dealt with Lucia. We dealt with some of Fjorm. Any other God Swords want to try us? Because I think we're in a pretty good spot. Well, next up, it's not a different God Sword, but it is Silk +4. Hey, +10. Okay, Summer Fjorm +10. Plumeria +10. Safe +10. And D-Time Ayra. This being said, turn 1, they find the real Bolt Trap. They're gonna fall back and heal up. We like that. Well, I'm not so happy that they're healing up, but you know, it's better than them doing anything silly on turn 1. Now, cleverly using Hafe to apply guard to some of our team. They forgot to apply it to Gullveig. Normal Freya shenanigan going to come into effect. Freya actually deciding to engage first of all people. Interesting set of events there. Doesn't do much damage to Fjorm. Takes a pretty hefty amount back from the mirror, but he is now there. And him being there means, okay, Citrine going in next. Doesn't quite kill. +10 Fjorm is not messing around. Now, however, she's on 30 hit points. Make that 23. Fled Sparrow doing its job. Gullveig. Yes. Gullveig coming in third. Does not quite outspeed, but does manage to clutch out the kill. Action economy turns 1 kill into 2 kills, finishing off Silk as well. And of course, team shuffles up. Our saves don't actually cover each other quite so well here, but well, Hafe and Ayra as well might be able to do something. Yep.
Here.
Have some tea.
Ayra especially, yeah, these units not covered by near save, going to be taking the damage. Now Hafe, on the other hand, again, one of the reasons I still love picking Flora despite the age of her weapon, is she is one of the better units out there for actually tanking Hafe. And okay, looks like we did manage to keep them out for long enough to get that surrender. Well, Lucia down, Summer Fjorm down, and now a +10 Summer Fjorm down. Who's our next foe? I say bring it on. Well, having said that, we're up here against Legendary Veronica +2, Plumeria +4, 4 +6, Seliph +1, Legendary Seliph. I went a bit too high there, but here's what I was getting excited for, the +10 Picnic Flora, and hey, who is +3. Someone has good taste. They have good taste, but do they have good strategy? Let's find out. Okay, they let turn 1 pass. They're probably going for something turn 3 would be my guess, judging by how that Bolt Tower is lined up, looking all neatly down the middle of the map. Let's see if my prediction matches reality. There it goes. There's Hafe. Hafe takes out building there. Buff Seliph. They're not attacking. Okay. I kind of expected them to attack in, maybe take out a couple of units. Instead, they are just flat plonking and unfortunately for you, my precious +10 Picnic Flora, I don't see this ending particularly well. Armored Flow does hit pretty hard, but Gullveig has 60% damage reduction, so she survives it, and Flora is no longer. Action economy. God, I love this unit.
I knew it.
There's Plumeria out there as well. Now, Seliph is a pretty tanky guy, all things considered. However, his whole damage reduction shtick
Dreams.
not gonna hold up to Citrine very well, I don't think. And team moves up. Wow. Another excellent surrender there. And wow, it's been quite long, but it went so fast. We're on to the final match of the season. Here we are. We have Elamine +4, Legendary Seliph, Legendary Robin, Plumeria +2, Safe +1, and Naga +10. Immediately going in with Safe does find the real trap, preventing her from destroying our catapult immediately. However, they do still have tools to... I thought we were going for a Bolt Tower play, but it looks like they just have some incredible level of belief in the power of Legendary Seliph here. That belief, I suspect, is not going to go rewarded.
Dreams.
Yeah, he's dead. He's very dead. This being said, because they are so far away, they are, well, still going to get hit, actually. Plumeria is in Flora range, but Legendary Robin and his pals back there... Oh, never mind, here's Gullveig. You thought you were out of range? You are very much not. Attacks into Naga, and going to take out Elamine as well.
I go to God.
Man, Gullveig is so good. Corin gets very aggressive on the positioning there, but I don't think it matters because, yes, that is another surrender and the end of the season. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I knew Gullveig was good. I didn't quite expect her to be this freaking good. Like, she doesn't really have too many effects, but Flared Sparrow by itself does so much. And then the combination of 60% damage and Summer Adel style bonus actions, all that adds up to just so much damage being thrown out. Pretty good unit. I'm wishing I had more of her. Didn't get very lucky on my summons, unfortunately. That is the only Gullveig I have access to, but it's fine. Well, let me know what you thought of this season in the comments below. Are you inspired to try Gullveig? Because, let me be honest with you, Gullveig might actually be the secret MVP of this set of Brave units. Like Brave Corin, obviously pretty dang good. Brave Robin, I'm going to try out something interesting with next season, actually. Look forward to that. Brave Soren has some interesting things going on, but Gullveig is just, chef's kiss. So, that's that. Obviously, likes and subscriptions go a pretty long way as well. Look how close I am to that 776 sub goal. I'm sure you're all very excited to see what I'm doing when I hit that. And, well, I'll see you all next time. Penrost out.